Okay, so now I'm unboxing the soap that I made yesterday, and we will proceed to cut it today. First things first, get rid of this box. Came out perfectly. And the one thing I've noticed is that there's no wrinkling like there is when I use parchment. So definitely freezer paper works much better than parchment. And I'm just going to trim off the edges here. Perfect. That is one nice bar of soap. See? Okay. Okay, and I have cleaned up my work area, and I have prepared a cookie sheet with some more freezer paper, since it seems to do such a nice job here. And I have never bought one of those fancy soap cutters, so what I have done is use these cheese cutters that have a wire cutter on them, and that works perfectly well for this. So I do have two of them, and basically it's just that the second one is used to elevate the other end of the block of soap so that it doesn't move around at all. Okay, cutting the first one. Quite lovely. Just a plain, simple. The fancy color is on the top. Okay, now we've got to the point where you don't really need the second one. And even the fancy soap cutters, the good ones, you just use a wire. Seems to be one of the best ways to cut this. And there is a bit of movement, so the cuts are not perfectly straight, but they're close enough. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 14. And yeah, 15, not quite 16. So 15 bars of soap and one little sliver. I guess had I cut it just a tiny bit thinner or more even, I would have gotten the 16th one out of there, but it's not imperative that I do. Okay, so now these have to cure for 4 to 6 weeks before they can be used. So they're still soft, there's still a lot of water in, and the curing, what it does is it dries up a lot of the water. Okay, that's it for this video. And that's how you make soap. And yes, this one's fairly simple, fairly plain. It's not an exotic colored one, but then I didn't intend for it to be either. So there we have it. Okay, just a couple of things that I probably didn't mention, and I should. My little cheese cutter, in order to make life a little bit easier, I taped a stop at the 1-inch mark so that I could just slide the bar of soap over each time, and as you can see, it is at the 1-inch mark. 1 inch is pretty traditional for soap. It could have been just barely less. I suspect mine turned out to be a little bit more than 1 inch. No, they're yes, they are just a fraction. Let's see if I can get this to yes, it's turned out to be just a fraction more than 1 inch, because this is not perfect. 1 inch would have given me a better size, and probably would have given me that 16th bar of soap that I said I can get. Now the other thing to bear in mind is that you want a bar of soap to be minimum 4 ounces. That's traditionally what they are, is a 4+ ounce bar. These, when they are wet, this particular one is 5.5 ounces, as you can see. Now, as it dries, it will lose some weight as well, but I suspect that this one will retain at least the 5-ounce size, so it's a healthy soap bar. It's not small by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, this is Tony from Her Homestead Skills. I hope you enjoyed this little soap cutting video, and we'll catch you on the next one.